rumors spreading round United Texas town about the shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing. Well, here it's fine if you got the time and the chance to get yourself in. And here it's time almost every night. But now I might be mistaken.
This is In the Know for March the 11th, 2021. It's Uncle Sam Gormley guiding you through another edition of the show. You might be watching on K105 Digital Productions, listening on K105 or 103.9 The Moose via the K105 or WMTL app, listening on the SoundCloud, Spotify, podcasts, all of the different ways that we have for you to join in on today's show. Coming up on the show, we will be teasing a major community announcement that will be made by Judge Executive Kevin Henderson this morning at 11 a.m. What is it? What could it be? We'll talk a little bit more about that. A big bill passed in Washington. Spending plan for more virus relief will be coming soon. When will President Biden sign it? We'll let you know about that. COVID-19 numbers, all of the different things that we have for you coming up on today's show. But first, we got to bring in our co-hosts, and we can bring in our first one for the morning, Misty Thomas. Misty, welcome back. I know you were not here yesterday, but welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
So one of the things that Mark and I talked about today, here, I got to turn up the music a little bit there. Got to get the morning started on the right way. Yeah. So one of the things Mark and I talked about yesterday is daylight savings time. Or you might have been here when we talked.
Here.
Okay, you were here. So do you have a strong opinion on daylight savings time?
I like it, and here's why. Because it feels good to get that extra hour, when you fall back. But in the springtime, I'm ready to jump forward and have the extended afternoon light. So I just embrace it.
So 15 states, Arkansas, California, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Louisiana, Maine, Ohio, Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, Utah, Washington, Wyoming have enacted legislation to make daylight savings time a permanent practice rather than one observed only from March to November.
I will say this, though. Ask me Sunday afternoon when I'm having to change the clock on the microwave how I feel about it then.
But like I said,
may have a different opinion.
But like I said on Tuesday, it's nice when you have one of those that you just hit the 1 hour button.
But I don't.
See, that's where it'll.
It's hidden
in
there. It's not even a menu button. I can never find it. I have to Google it every time.
See, my microwave has an easy button. It just says clock.
There's nothing easy about the appliances in my life.
Easy to work there. And we can bring in our second co-host for the morning. What is it? He's number 101 on your scanner and number one in your heart. Is that right?
Absolutely. Some hearts. Not all hearts.
Sheriff Norman Chafin joins us as our second co-host. Sheriff, how you doing?
A little shaking this morning, but I'm doing better.
You're doing better. Well, it's always a good day when you're here in the studio, right?
Oh, absolutely. Hope you disinfected that seat before you sat in it.
Well, I mean, if anything, it would be cross-contamination from Misty.
Yeah,
so.
I'm in it the hour before him, but it is self-disinfecting.
Oh, okay. It is. Yeah.
All things here are.
Yes. Yeah, we've got. Sheriff, do you ever wake up with a quote-unquote food hangover?
No, I wake up hungry, but not a hangover.
60% of Americans say that they regularly wake up with food hangovers or stomach cramps. Americans will have 9 of these morning stomach cramps every month due to late-night meals. Nearly half the survey don't realize how their diet will affect their body in the morning until it's too late. The average American doesn't eat dinner until 7 p.m., but 1 in every 5 Americans eat late-night dinners between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. For many, this type of discomfort may result from food intolerance. In fact, 41% of Americans say they suffer from some type of food allergy or intolerance. Misty, do you know anyone that's got any food allergies?
Mm-hmm.
Those
are the worst.
I didn't get this 6-pack from overeating, Sam.
Yeah, right.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, no,
absolutely.
I know late night meals is something.
See, I don't understand why you're laughing about it.
And I'm not. I thought it was a bulletproof vest, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's that rock.
You can see that. You can see
it's rock solid. No.
You can see the rocks hanging out from under the bed. Oh, goodness.
My husband's a late night eater, but he never complains about having a food hangover.
Well, see, for me, my biggest issue is when we have games. I hate to eat before a game. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when we get back from our games, I'm not rolling into my house until 11 o'clock. And so I don't really have a choice. It's either going to bed hungry or eating something at 11:30 at night. So it's kind of not really a choice. It's more of a necessity.
I will tell you this, that in the last year to 2 years, I have stopped eating past 6 o'clock because I find myself eating Rolaids all night. And if I don't eat after 6, then I don't have heartburn. So I guess maybe I was having food hangover just before I got up in the morning.
The rain is starting to kick in a little bit this morning. We're looking at temperatures around a high of 74 today. Tonight, heavy rain is possible with a low around 54 degrees as it's kind of going to come through a band of rain and thunderstorms kind of across our region, maybe a little bit to the north, but we could have some heavy thunderstorms tonight, low around 54. Tomorrow, rain likely again with a high near 63, a low of 45. Looking ahead at the 10-day forecast, though, next week, early in the week, some rain as well, but, I mean, temperatures in the 60s. Thursday of next week, we could be getting to 70, and then, yeah, this is 10 days out, but what are you doing the end of next week? Next Friday, a high of 45, and then the first day of spring, next Saturday, a high of 45 as well. What? No.
I don't know if I
thought
should
we were
blame
done with this.
Mother Nature or the groundhog. Like, who's to blame here? Because I need to place blame.
Weren't we done with this? Didn't we agree that we were done with the cold weather? I thought we came to that agreement.
I think the groundhog needs to be euthanized.
I mean,
that got dark really quickly. it went really dark. Paxitani, Phil, we're sorry.
Maybe I should rephrase that and use an adjective. Maybe the already sick groundhog that needs extra care
needs to go live on a farm upstate,
yes,
right?
There you go.
He needs to go to O. McDonald's farm, and we just need to get a new. Is it Paxitani? How do you say it? Punxsutawney,
Phil.
Yeah,
yes.
Don't be a punk.
And the only reason I can tell you that is because the Cincinnati Reds had a catcher who was from his hometown.
Okay.
So I think his nickname was that they'd always bring up that he's from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Devin Mesoraco.
Well, anytime I get the chance to say Punxsutawney, I say it.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah.
I just don't always say it
I'm not
right.
going to try it.
Punxsutawney.
That's like the basketball player that my son has no problem pronouncing.
Antetokounmpo?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, Giannis.
Antetokounmpo. Who's that?
He's one of the best players, but his first name is Giannis, so everyone just calls him Giannis.
Yeah. Is he German?
He's Greek.
Greek.
His nickname is the Greek Freak.
Oh, so. Gotta check him out.
I didn't think we were going to get a Devin Mesoraco and a Giannis Antetokounmpo. I can't even say it.
See, I told you, I can't say it.
It's like Dikembe Mutombo. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were. If you had, yes, if you had those on your bingo card of them getting mentions this morning, then you won. You won this morning. Oh, Dennis Cook says, "Let's get one more snow." Yeah. Nope.
You're fired.
Nope. No more snow. No more snow. I thought we came to that agreement. Congress, riven along party lines, approved the landmark $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill on Wednesday as President Joe Biden and Democrats claimed a major triumph on legislation marshaling the government's spending might against twin pandemic and economic crises that have upended a nation. Biden says he's going to sign the bill on Friday. The House gave final congressional approval to the sweeping package by near party line 220 to 211 vote, precisely 7 weeks after Biden entered the White House and 4 days after the Senate passed the bill. As most notable to many Americans are provisions providing up to $1,400 direct payments this year to most people and extending $300 weekly emergency unemployment benefits into September. Some other things that pop up on this, one of the things that I saw here, $29 billion of this bill will go towards the ailing restaurant industry. Democrats predicted this week that Republicans would have some issues with it, and I saw this quote, and for Nancy Pelosi, I mean, sometimes you got to tip your cap. It was a clever. I like it when politicians, and obviously someone in her office came up with this, and it was like, ooh, got to find a way to use this. It's typical that they will vote no and take the dough. It's like, well, that's at least somewhat clever. I'm curious what aide came up with something along the lines, and I mean, it doesn't matter which side you're on. I mean, that's
It's the way
one
it
of the
works.
things. Other side will.
It's just today the quote works for you. So
it's kind of like we'll vote no and take the dough. It's like, well, that's which aide came up with that. Someone else. A dominant feature of the $628 bill is initiatives making it one of the biggest federal efforts in years to assist lower and middle income families. Included are expanded tax credits over the next year for children, child care, and family leave. Some of them credits that the Democrats have singled that they'd like to make permanent, plus spending for renters, feeding programs, and people's utility bills. Besides the direct payments and jobless benefit extension, the measure has hundreds of billions for COVID-19 vaccines and treatments, schools and state and local governments, and ailing industries from airlines to concert halls. There is aid for farmers of color, pension systems and student borrowers, and subsidies for consumers buying health insurance, and states expanding Medicaid coverage for lower earners. John Yarmuth, who is the chair of the House Budget Committee, he's the representative from Louisville. He said, "Who's going to help? Do we say this is survival of the fittest? No." So a lot. That bill is. I mean, I have to imagine if you printed it off, it'd be about size of that.
There's a lot in that bill has nothing to do with the pandemic too, which is why the Republicans were pushing back against it. And here's what I'm going to ask our congressman, Brett Guthrie, that he proposes a bill next term that if we are ever in a pandemic again, that lawmakers can only pass a bill that deals with the pandemic issues, that you are not allowed to attach any barnacles that have anything to do with anything else other than the pandemic relief itself.
In my opinion,
propose
that
the
should
skinny
just be,
bill and pass it.
I think it should be on anything.
Yeah, me too.
That's common sense.
It's common sense.
I mean, and that
but
goes
yet,
across.
Again, here we are. People were left without money because they were trying to attach their political agendas that had nothing to do with the pandemic.
And that's not necessarily a one-side thing.
No,
that
it's
is
both.
both because I mean you
But
can
pass the skinny bill. Pass
And
a
I-
law that it's only the skinny bill. And
if
be
it's
done with
important, it should be simple. Let's get this done. Let's agree on it, and let's move on.
But look how long these bills have taken for them to get passed because they were arguing over the things that had nothing to do with the pandemic.
Exactly. On Wednesday, Governor Andy Beshear reported 1,010 COVID-19 cases were confirmed in Kentucky over the previous 24 hours, 34 new deaths, which raises the state's death total to 4,884. That's 55 deaths over the last 2 days. The rolling 7-day positivity rate dropped from 3.94% to 3.93%, the lowest the metric has been since September. When we look at the COVID-19 map, I mean, for one, just the color of it just has to make you happy, because just 2 months ago we looked at this and we'd be like, "Oh, look, there's one there in orange," and now we can go through and we can almost count the counties in red easily. I mean, what is that? Maybe 8, 9, 10, something like that, just at a quick glance. I mean, and the thing that stood out to me when I was looking at this yesterday, other than Lyon County, who is way in the red, they're 509.8 as their incidence rate. A bunch of these counties that are in red are only in red by a little bit. I mean, the next highest is Rowan County, which is 34.5. Or, sorry, Carroll County, 34.9. But, I mean, Grayson County has now officially moved into the yellow, which means that they're at 9.2 cases per 100,000 based on the previous 7 days. Edmonson County has dropped to 4.7. Breck County is at 4.2. And as I see here, Public Health Director Josh Embry, he's commenting saying that this makes him very happy, and it has to.
Yeah, absolutely. I will ask, though, and you may feel free to decline to comment on my question. I am the last one in the building to get the vaccine. I will get it tomorrow. Sam has had the vaccine. Norman, you had COVID. You had a horrible experience with COVID.
Awful. Oh, it was awful. Absolutely awful.
Have you had the vaccine?
I got my second shot a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, how did you fare with your vaccine?
It was awful.
It was bad.
Yeah, the first shot I had, I got a softball or baseball sized nodule under my armpit, and I couldn't sleep for 2 days because of the pain. And then that went away after 48 hours. And then the second shot, I had about 24 hours of it. It was almost like it was a headache. It was almost like I had COVID again, except just for 24 hours instead of the 8 days straight. A little bit less severe,
Yeah.
but after it's like somebody flipped a switch, and after about 24 hours, it all the symptoms went away.
So I had my Johnson & Johnson shot. It's almost been 48 hours ago. So I had it at noon on Tuesday. At about midnight, 12 hours after I got the shot, I woke up with the worst cold chills I'd ever had in my life. It was about 90 minutes that I had to put like 3 or 4 blankets on, a sweatshirt. It was freezing. Yesterday, I felt like I got hit by a bus. Headache, chills, was sore. Just didn't feel great. Woke up this morning and, knock on wood, I'd say I'm back to 100%.
So I get mine tomorrow. I know there's other people in the building who've had theirs. I won't name them because it's their story to tell, but they have fared well. They've not had any issues.
So we talked yesterday. Mark and Christy both said that they had gotten theirs, and Christy mentioned her side effects that she had had, and Mark mentioned that his first shot that he got of his, I can't remember whether he's taking Pfizer or Moderna. I can't remember which one he said yesterday. He said he had no symptoms.
Yeah. So I bring this up this morning because there's some conversation on Facebook this morning about this particular vaccine is not about eradicating coronavirus. And that's what I want people to understand when you take the vaccine. Johnson & Johnson's branding or marketing message, I should say, was better than I think Moderna and Pfizer's, where they say, look, this is what it will do. It will prevent you, if you get COVID, because you can still get COVID, it will prevent the symptoms from being so bad that you're hospitalized. And Johnson & Johnson has a 100% success rate. Out of the 44,000 that they vaccinated, people still got the virus, but nobody was hospitalized who had the shot. So that's the goal, is to not flood our hospitals with people who are symptomatic. And it can save your life, but it will not stop you from getting COVID.
And I think that was the common sense thing. I mean, when this first hit and they started talking about coming up with a vaccine, I mean, I just assumed that from the beginning. No, there's no vaccine out there that's going to prevent you 100% that you're not going to get
Look
it.
at the
I
flu.
mean, it's the same thing with the flu. And because I've had the flu shot and I've gotten the flu before, tested positive, but it wasn't as severe as I had it when the times I didn't get the vaccine. So I just knew that was the way it was going to be with this vaccine, because that's common sense.
I didn't, because I looked at it like the polio vaccine. Polio was eradicated. Like we don't have polio going on anymore. So I think that's the misunderstanding, is we use the word vaccine as this holistic approach of this shield of safety. I can't get it. So if you're listening to us and you're on the fence, just know that this doesn't prevent you from getting it. It prevents you from dying from it.
One of the things that
Hopefully.
I know, when I was growing up, my mom had the flu, and she had a really bad, tough
I had the
strain
flu
of it.
one year.
And
I thought I was going to die.
I think it's something, and I'm not sure if she's watching, she could confirm this or something, and she missed more time with the flu that year than she did on maternity leave when she had my little brother and myself. She had to take sick days and everything, and I remember from that point on, she's always gotten her flu shot so that she never had to go through that again.
Terrible.
And Norman, I'm sure that you're kind of in that same way, that since knowing what you went through for the 8 days of COVID, you would probably get that shot again and go through 48 hours instead of going through 8 days.
By far. I mean, the headache was just the worst. I mean, it's the worst. It trumped a migraine headache. So it was. I mean, and it lasted for 8 days. That was the worst part of it. So yes, I would definitely, encourage people that are on the fence about it. My thing is, I'll tell you this right now: you're going to see, as we go along this vaccine process, you're going to see certain requirements. People are going to start requiring that you have the vaccine before you'll qualify for certain services, before you can go into certain businesses, before you can do certain things in a community. So, and especially at the state and federal level as well. So,
which I disagree with wholly. But however,
I do too.
We know it's on the horizon.
I do,
I'm just
but
saying,
it's coming.
Listen, my vaccine's tomorrow, and I got to tell you, I'm sitting here on the fence going, ugh. I tried to give it away to somebody this morning who was older, and they're like, I've already had it. And I'm like, it was going to make me feel good about missing my shot tomorrow.
But luckily for you, if you get the same symptoms that myself did, or I know someone else in the building had some of the similar symptoms as well, you're on a Saturday, so it's at least not that you're going to have to come to work and feel, while you're doing it.
I'd rather say I get to take the day off from work.
Today at 11 a.m., Judge Executive Kevin Henderson is going to be making a major community announcement. So that'll be this morning at 11 a.m. You'll be able to watch this on the K105 Facebook or YouTube page. And what this is we can't really say a lot about it, but it is a major announcement that will be happening at 11 a.m. You can watch it on K105's Facebook. If you live in the county of Grayson, especially if you live outside of the city limits, you'll want to watch. This is going to help a lot.
Yeah. Before we go to a break, I did talk to Kevin Henderson yesterday, and I said, I think I know what the announcement is, and I also think I know why the ice storm came, because you got the announcement at that time and Hades froze over. But
yes, it's a big deal. So hopefully you will be able to tune in at 11 a.m. If not, it'll obviously be logged on there. So if you miss it, you can go back, rewatch it, because it'll be really good doing it.
Yeah.
A couple of really quick stories that we'll have to hit really quick, as a Fordsville felon, the Ohio County Sheriff's Office is asking for help. Cody Lloyd is who they're looking for. If you know where he is, convicted for possession of controlled substance in Grayson County in December of 2019. As if you know where he is, ask to contact Ohio County Dispatch at 270-298-4600. 44-11. Sad story. Fire has destroyed one of the few remaining covered bridges in Kentucky, as that is a really sad story that we have to bring you as well. All right, Kentucky plays today at 11 a.m. You'll be able to hear that game on K105. Sheriff, do you have a pick in that for Kentucky?
I have not watched one Kentucky
game, so
Lucky
you
you.
don't have a pick.
No.
So it doesn't work that way. And honestly, you haven't missed anything when it comes to it. We've got to get to a break. We'll come back with a little bit more here on In the Know.
Are you or a family member feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or sad? Are you searching for someone who will listen to you and offer guidance and support? If so, we are here to help. Fuller Life Counseling Partners is a group of professional counselors in Litchfield. We offer individual, couples, and family counseling, and we are now accepting new appointments. 270-904-5104 or visit our website, fullerlifecounseling.org, for more information.
If you're the average person, you only think about income taxes from January to April. But the choices you make 12 months a year have a big impact on your tax return preparation and even your refund. Making adjustments to your financial matters during tax filing season is like trying to lose weight during a routine doctor visit. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart work year-round to advise clients on important financial decisions so that during tax filing season, you're carrying a lot less stress and worry. Join the Peace of Mind team with Buckles, Travis & Hart, 270-259-5604. Or GraysonCPAs.com.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages, incentive pay, benefits at 90 days, and a discount stock program offering after 6 months. Applications for production trainees are available in the front lobby with a convenient drop box. So stop by the office at 435 at Embry Drive and start your path to a career with Leggett & Platt. We need 30 new trainees immediately. So join the team where our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
When you're feeling under the weather or concerned about your family's health, you want the support of a trusted medical provider who lives close by and is available to care for you and your family. Dr. Gregory Koo is a family medicine physician who is putting down roots in this community. With 22 years' experience, he's now accepting new patients in both Caneyville and at Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center in Litchfield. Learn more online at owensborohealth.org/KOO.
Down, set, 8, 1, 1, 8, 1, 1.
The best football teams always get the call right, and you need to make the right call before you excavate. If you don't and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate, and you could be fined up to $1,250. So make the right call. Put safety first. Call 811 before you dig.
Touchdown! Oh my goodness!
This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
YouTube says most people are watching their videos in the living room. Video platform says last December, more than 120 million Americans streamed YouTube and YouTube TV on their TVs, up over 20% from 100 million in March of 2020. About 1/4 of YouTube's logged-in connected TV viewers last December watched YouTube content almost exclusively on TV screens. Google's popular low-cost Chromebook computers are turning 10, and to celebrate, they're adding some new features. Among them is Phone Hub that allows Android users to quickly move between their smartphone and Chromebook so you can check text messages or battery life on your smartphone through Chromebook. Researchers at the University of Washington have developed a system that allows smart speakers to monitor your heartbeat without requiring physical contact. The study had people sit 1 to 2 feet from a smart speaker, which starts playing an inaudible continuous sound. The sound then bounces off the person and back to the speaker, where the artificial intelligence system is able to detect individual heartbeats. Tech Report, Larry Olson, and
touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you.
Today is Worship of Tools Day, aka Tool Appreciation Day.
Okay.
This is tools as in like a hammer, not the kind of person. It is World Plumbing Day.
Which we do love.
Yes, gotta love indoor plumbing.
Worship the porcelain
Johnny
throne.
Appleseed Day.
Okay.
It is National Promposal Day.
Was that a thing when you were in high school? I guess it was.
Yeah,
it was
I mean, I
because
wasn't
my
that-
kids
yeah.
had proposal and they're older than you. So yeah.
Debunking Day.
I love to debunk people's rumors.
And it is Popcorn Lovers Day.
I love popcorn.
Gotta love popcorn.
I love flavored popcorns.
Nah, see, I'm not.
You know, like cheddar or caramel?
Well, cheddar's fine. I'm not.
Toffee butter?
Yeah, see, no, I can't do that. The sheriff had to run out. It's one thing when you're the sheriff, you never know when you might get a phone call for something to happen. So he had to run out. So it'll just be Misty and myself for the remainder of today's show, which is fine. We can make it happen. I'm gonna have to get your some opinions though as the sheriff, Misty, as we go in.
Okay.
So
if I were sheriff,
do you have your badge?
what would I say?
Do you have your badge?
I have my gavel and robe, so that's as close as I'm going to get to law enforcement
we
today.
had a badge that was around here somewhere.
Do we?
I'm not sure that. I don't know.
I'll just put Norman's bobblehead
Can
on
we
the
put,
table
can
with
we,
us.
Let's put it at the, and maybe we can turn over and ask for an answer as we get closer, because we might need to do that at times. So maybe for there we go. It's kind of like he's here with us at some point. Misty, one of the things that I always like to ask you when we're, and usually it's when there he is. Good.
Sheriff's back.
Good. He's back. Is to get your opinion on controversies going on online.
Okay. All right.
So here is one of the controversies going on online. It is about a bridezilla.
Oh no, they're the worst.
So in this one, I'm kind of on the fence about. I can kind of understand both sides, so I'm not really sure. So this is on Reddit, and it goes as this: my future sister-in-law bought her daughter, our flower girl, a tiara to wear at our wedding. I'm not wearing a tiara, and I feel a little upset about this. I told her what dress I wanted her to buy, and the rest she did without checking with us. The anonymous bride wrote, "How would you feel? Am I upset for no reason?"
I don't think you ever infringe on somebody else's vision for their wedding day, even if it's simply by changing the color of the socks or the tiara being added. It is her day. It's her vision. Let her plan it and do it her way.
So someone says, I think this is a bit of an overreaction. Like, really, you're worried about a little girl stealing your spotlight? It's your wedding. Your guests are there for you and your husband. They will awe and smile at the flower girl, then move on to you. Not worth the family drama, in my opinion.
But here's the thing. Some people find tiaras cheesy and not as classy. So you have to, even if you love it and you want your little girl to wear it, then you do it on your time and your vision, but not somebody else's.
Someone says a compromise could be made here. No tiara walking down the aisle or in pictures, but for the reception, let the tight bling out.
Let her have it all day long.
She's probably been told she's going to be a little princess and got stuck on the crown idea. Yeah. It doesn't say how old the little girl is. Does that matter?
I think
if she's 3.
Here's what I would have done if I were the mom. Said, look, we're having some issues with her wanting to wear the dress. We have negotiated with her. She wants to wear a tiara. How do you feel about that? If you don't like it, we'll try to find the tiniest one, fix her hair around it, whatever. But this is where we are to get her down the aisle. And this probably would have solved the issue than just her showing up saying, we've added this too. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I don't think it's going to start World War III, but I am going to side with the bride, which is weird because I never do that.
Yeah, because I think, and that's kind of the thing.
That.
Usually it's. I'm not even sure that you can necessarily even call her bridezilla.
No, she does. She doesn't have, no.
No,
she does not even in the same category as some of those other ones.
And then the other thing I have to bring up with you, Misty, is the update on the TikTok.
Okay.
And I'm not sure, you may have seen, I mean, you are a TikTok expert in the building.
I am now.
And this is a story here based on genius parenting hacks that a TikTok mom has released. And here are her hacks. The first tip is to tell her kids that the swings are broken when they go to the park. She explained, we came here to get your energy out, not mine. Mm-hmm. Yay or nay?
Well, what else is there to do at the park if you're not swinging?
Going down the slide.
Yeah, but I'd rather swing my kid than have to chase him up and down the slide. But
This is true.
anyway,
Okay.
I understand.
Fair point. The second tip related to the dreaded bedtime, and she said, sometimes when I read my kids' bedtime stories, I grab 3 pages instead of 1. They can't read, and mama's tired.
I only have 2 words to say there. Just 3?
Just 3. So you are a fan of this one.
I read the first and the last page.
Her
Good night. Get in the bed.
Her next genius hack related to her love of fizzy drinks, with the mom saying, sometimes I pour Dr. Pepper in a cup and tell my kids it's water. I'm responsible for their health, and mine too, but that ship has sailed.
She pours Dr. Pepper
in her cup and tells the kids
Oh, I thought
that
she
it's
meant
water.
in their cup. I was like, I'm confused.
She pours cup and says, oh, I'm just pouring water in there.
Yeah. And I would tell my kids so that they wouldn't drink my Diet Coke. It has medicine in it and you can't have any. So they left it alone. Like, you can't have my Coke.
And then her last tip in the video was about what to do if you have no cash available for the tooth fairy. She said, sometimes when my daughter loses a tooth and there's no cash in the house, I take $1 from her piggy bank. I made her so it kind of all evens out in the end.
Yeah, no, yes. It just has, the goal is she has something under the pillow when she wakes up so the tooth fairy did not fail. She does not have any idea how much is in her piggy bank.
No.
I'm telling you, that $1 lost out of the piggy bank will save years of traumatic PTSD of waking up and realizing the tooth fairy had skipped over your house.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think we might need help from Sheriff Bobblehead here. On this next story. Wisconsin police have caught a pickup driver who was driving with a camping chair behind the wheel. We have a picture if you're watching with us. I mean,
so good.
Is there anything? What does Sheriff Bobblehead have to say? Is he agree? Has he seen something like this? Yeah. The sheriff says yes, he's seen something like this. As recently, a trooper in the North Central region in Wisconsin stopped this pickup truck for an equipment violation. On his approach, the trooper noticed the vehicle was not equipped with seats, and the driver was seated in a camping chair. I think it makes it even better that there's all the snow on the ground of that picture, too.
Is that snow or is that fluff out of a pillow?
I think it's snow.
Okay. Either way,
but
it really adds something to the scene.
It is. Oh, that's got to be snow.
Yes.
Isn't it?
So are there no
It's
windows?
Wisconsin, too.
Are there no windows in the vehicle?
There, you can tell in the back right there's at least a window because there's snow on the side.
Okay, so the only thing that would have made this better for me is if it was one of those new swing camping chairs.
Okay,
like the chair itself is suspended on a swing. That would have been really over the top for me. It's your life, dude. If you want to take the risk and drive with a camping chair and no seatbelt, it's your life and it's your ticket you're going to have to pay.
I just love that the officer, whomever pulled him over, is, and I'm not sure if was pulled over and cited for an equipment violation after being spotted by a trooper on patrol. Just imagine if you're the trooper, you're sitting out there in patrol, and it's probably one of those things that it's like you drive past and it's like,
yeah,
did I really just see that?
So he's in Michigan? Wisconsin. So now next year, when we hear that Wisconsin has a law that you can't have a camping chair as a driving seat, we know who caused this law.
And then we have to go to our good old friend, Florida man. Florida man. Oh, Florida man.
We do love Florida.
Florida man.
We love Florida news.
Demisio Lopez. There is good old Demisio.
Mr. Lopez.
Misty, what do you think good old Demisio is in trouble for? Write your own headline. What's he doing?
I'm gonna go riding a lawnmower on the street, drunk, headed to Waffle House.
Well, he was pulled over after appearing to be under the influence and nearly hitting a gas pump.
Okay.
So when he pulled out, the officer, like a typical officer, will come up and say, "Sir, can I have your license and registration?" Mm-hmm. When he did, he pulled out some gummies and gave them to the officer instead of the driver's license.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could call them medicated nerds ropes, as they're saying. So it was THC laced gummies, and gave them to the officer instead of his driver's license.
Okay, so but marijuana is not legal in Florida, right?
No,
just Colorado and.
No.
A couple other states.
Washington, Oregon.
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so so that was a bad move on your behalf, Mr. Lopez.
The deputy asked if he pulled out the THC gummies, and Lopez claimed it was normal candy, but when he was asked to hand over the package, the deputy saw that it was labeled as containing 500 milligrams of THC. Deputies also said that he had a package of medicated nerds ropes that contained 400 milligrams of THC per rope. So again, the package that was handled to him were labeled as dank gummies, with
Dank?
cannabis infused. Dank.
Dank. Like stank gummies
Stank,
now, right?
yeah, but dank. So again, he said he didn't have the keys to the vehicle, but then rummaging through his pockets and pulled out the keys.
Okay, so was he on a lawnmower or not? That's what I need to know.
No, he was
like,
in his
where
car.
Am I winning
he
here?
almost was going to hit the gas pump at the. Records show that Demisio Lopez saw the deputy, immediately called for help, asked for help calling AAA because his car wouldn't start, even though his keys were not in the ignition at the time.
Mr. Lopez, eat your candy at home.
Yes.
Stay sober, my friend.
I was waiting for it. Stay sober.
Stay sober, my friend.
Stay sober. And then we got to wrap up here with this headline, and I don't know that we even need to go much further into just. I mean, this is not really our traditional just the headline story.
Okay.
But 1 in 3 Americans think that the country will go meatless by the year 2039.
I think that's too early. Maybe 2069, but not 2039.
Because well, I guess I'm going to be in the
give it 50
in the
years.
2
now.
of 3.
Yeah.
That I'm not sure that I'm going to be going meatless when it comes to this.
You take bacon, you take us all.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No vegan bacon
You take
either.
on. Let me say it right. You take bacon, you take us on.
We've got to get to a break. We're going to have the funny tweets of the week coming up here on In the Know.
Hey, the working man like me. I ain't never been on welfare, and that's one place I won't be. I'll be working as long as my 2 hands are fit to use.
That Filet-O-Fish Friday feeling can't be beat. Especially on Wednesdays. Or Tuesdays. Or the occasional Monday. Can't forget about Thursday. I got to have it on Sunday.
And now you can enjoy 2 flaky Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $5. Only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
I'm talking today with Matt Jones of Kentucky Sports Radio, but the topic isn't Wildcats basketball. We're talking about the importance of taking the COVID-19 vaccine.
It is very important if we're going to be able to not only stay healthy, but to open up our state again and to return life back to normal that people take the vaccine.
A lot of Kentuckians are skeptical, and you respect their opinions, but you trust those who develop the vaccine, right?
I understand it's new and people are concerned about it. This is something that the greatest scientific minds in the world have worked on.
As the voice of KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio, you talk to people all across Big Blue Nation and in every corner of the state. What's your message to them?
I would just say, especially for folks in small towns, you know someone who has died from this, or you know someone that has had a terrible incident from it. We need to get rid of it, not just for yourself, but for the community. We're never going to be able to open up and sort of move forward with this unless we get enough people with the vaccine. So I hope people will take it.
Are you stuck inside but still looking for bargains on new and secondhand goods? Try HighBid.com, the online auction site for just about anything. HighBid.com offers a safe and easy way to find hundreds of thousands of items for sale every day. From rare coins to fine jewelry, tools to vintage toys, and classic cars to real estate. HighBid.com has it all. HighBid.com makes it easy to find what you're looking for, and the site is simple to use. HighBid.com. That's HiBid.com. And start discovering great deals today.
Hello?
Honey, where are you?
Well, I'm checking out the chicks here at Rural King, Sweet Pea.
Excuse me? You want to run that by me again?
Well, I got so many cute chicks here to choose from.
Sir, do you want that now or when you're done shopping?
Oh, where's my coat?
Friends, Rural King has everything you need to raise chickens at the lowest prices guaranteed. Oh, honey bun, I'm sorry. I just got so excited about the Rural King Chick Days.
Well, don't forget the chicken feed.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Keep the umbrella handy because these multiple rounds of scattered showers will stay in the forecast through the afternoon. Now we'll watch for heavier rain pushing in later on this evening, lasting through tonight into early tomorrow. We'll watch for some dry time for your Friday afternoon before more rain arrives for the weekend. From the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Did you know that if you commit any crime at sea, you are considered a pirate?
Oh.
You've been on cruises. Did you commit a crime?
Surely I did. Oh my goodness. So does it come with an eye patch or like a
that's-
growl?
that's the
or
question I have-
Like
I
a
have as
hook
well.
hand or something fun?
Or what's
fake hook hand.
what's Captain Hook's? Is it an octopus? What's his side hand man in Peter Pan?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's an octopus. Is that what it
Maybe.
is? I don't remember. Do you get an octopus too?
Hmm.
I don't know. My Peter Pan knowledge isn't up to date.
I'm gonna need something.
We need our Disney experts in the building.
I'm still
So-
trying to think. Did I commit a crime?
Did you commit a crime that we can call you a pirate?
Gosh. The only time I'm ever going to say on the show, man, I hope I committed a crime. Right?
That you could be, yeah. Well,
Didn't think I would be saying that today.
While you think about it, how about the funniest tweaks of the week?
Okay.
The funniest tweets, not the tweaks, the tweets of the week. These are from women. Elizabeth Hackett says, anytime I see a couple jogging together, I try to figure out which one of them is unhappy about it.
It would be me and Jason. We are one.
Alexandra Petrie says, age 21, excited for shots. 2021, excited for shots. Ellie says, has anyone else not been to the dentist since COVID and also not for the 5 years before that? Gotta go to the dentist.
Yes.
Gotta go to the
Yes.
dentist. Beth McCall says, no, I just sent an email that said, as you mentioned in your precious email, instead of the previous email. Sick at myself.
That's not so bad. It could be
That's-
worse.
Yeah, out of
No.
typos, that could be worse. And here are a few from parents. Simon Holland says, love those rare days when your kid can just go to elementary school without having to dress up as something.
Yes, but I think those are the days that it's like the kid with the tiara. It's a bribery. It's methodical. It's like, okay, we know that they're getting stagnant, so let's give them a dress-up day.
Yeah, 100%.
And they'll want to come to school pretty happy about it.
Mom. Okay, here, I got to get this name right. Mom says,
Mom!
yeah, feeding a toddler is like only having 50 cents to fill up your gas tank every time.
Mm-hmm. Spot on, Mom.
You put one too many moms in there.
Sorry.
It's only 5 moms.
Okay. All right, I'll do better next time.
Dad Man Walking says, I have a question about kids. My question is, what the heck?
Somebody answer, please. Somebody put the answer in the comments because we need to know.
It's like the meaning of life.
We started our journey into parenting 25 years ago, and we're still walking around going, what the heck?
Tiger Woods is doing better, could return home next week after the accident that he had on February the 23rd.
It's still so heartbreaking to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy
So
thing.
heartbreaking.
Misty, you are the Tina Turner fan, right? In the building?
Yes.
As it says here that Tina Turner triumphs in electrifying HBO documentary trailer. Have you seen the trailer
I have
yet?
not.
Comes to HBO on March the 27th, so I'm sure that you can find it. Greatest success came after enduring a famously abusive relationship that was the worst part of her life. So will you watch this?
Absolutely. I may go watch What's Love Got to Do with It first, the movie
Mhm.
about her marriage, and then watch this.
So the trailer is out for that.
Mhm.
A Taylor Swift mural is in the works in Nashville.
No.
There's
See,
there it is.
New
It's-
York adopted her. So New York gets all things Taylor Swift. Leave Nashville alone. She's not a country artist any longer. So why would Nashville be doing this?
It says here that he began designing Taylor's solo mural right after he replaced her with Brad Paisley at Legends Corner, and says it will have a stained glass look reflecting her country music roots and her crossover into pop.
No. Where's your Loretta Lynn? Where's your Patsy Cline? Where's your Reba? Where's your Garth?
Dolly?
Dolly. Dolly has a hotel now there, and it's great. But
No, the amusement park isn't in Nashville.
the Mandrell sisters.
Mhm.
Pick one, but not Taylor Swift.
Steven Spielberg wants to cast Michelle Williams as his own mother in a movie based on his own childhood. I don't know that we need That's Michelle Williams. I don't know who that is.
I was thinking Wendy Williams first.
Steven
I was
Spielberg?
Like,
You know,
Steven Spielberg, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
the director.
Okay.
Do we need a movie about his life?
I think it would be interesting.
Would it? I don't.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty big deal, right?
I mean,
Look at all the
yeah,
movies he's
yeah,
made.
he is, but
I would watch it. But I think it would be more entertaining to have Wendy Williams as his mom, which is where I went when you said Williams, right?
Yeah,
You know who Wendy Williams is?
Yeah, I know who
Yeah,
Wendy Williams.
love Wendy
I'm not
Williams.
sure that Michelle Williams and Wendy Williams are the same.
No, they're not. But that's why I was like, wait a minute. Did I hear that?
Are you a fan of the Munsters? The old TV show?
Yeah, yeah.
A movie adaptation is going to come from Rob Zombie and Universal.
Okay. All right. Maybe we could try it.
I don't know. No release date. Universal hasn't confirmed it. Rob Zombie is going to directing it. And then do you know who Lou Ottens is?
No.
Well, he is passed away at the age of 94. He's the guy who invented cassette tapes and CDs. He died in the Netherlands. He was 94 years old. He passed away on Saturday.
Because of you, we know what mixtape culture is.
Yeah. So, I thought that was...
Mixtape culture was the thing when I was a teenager.
He helped co-create the CD, co-creation of Philips and Japanese electronics producer Sony, which made its public debut in 1982. That's Lou Ottens, a name that I didn't know, but felt like we should know because he has a big deal in our business, especially.
Yes, much respect for you, Lou.
We've got to get to a break. We'll come back with a little bit more here on In the Know.
A poor economy costs a lot of people their jobs, but it costs our children in a way we don't often recognize. They lose out on opportunities that teach them important skills they'll need to become successful adults. Robert Putnam is a professor at Harvard University and the author of the book Our Kids, the American Dream in Crisis. In it, he discusses unforeseen consequences of budget cuts in school systems across the country. Typically, when money is tight, academics retain their funding, but extracurricular activities like band or team sports are the first to get slashed. Putnam goes on to identify that sports are more critical to a child's development than we often think. It's where children learn valuable life skills like teamwork and pushing through adversity. And that's because kids involved in athletics are surrounded by coaches who inspire their players and encourage them to push themselves further than they would think possible. Those are skills they'll carry into their future careers, their marriages, and even their parenting. As important as academics are, and they're important, many kids often aren't exposed in the classroom to the types of skills they'll learn in athletics. Obviously, when there is a budget shortfall, there are no easy choices, but treating extracurricular activity as a throwaway is a big mistake. They're not just an opportunity for kids to have fun, they teach kids important life skills. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
I'm talking today with Matt Jones of Kentucky Sports Radio, but the topic isn't Wildcats basketball. We're talking about the importance of taking the COVID-19 vaccine.
It is very important if we're going to be able to not only stay healthy, but to open up our state again and to return life back to normal that people take the vaccine.
A lot of Kentuckians are skeptical, and you respect their opinions, but you trust those who develop the vaccine, right?
I understand it's new and people are concerned about it. This is something that the greatest scientific minds in the world have worked on.
As the voice of KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio, you talk to people all across Big Blue Nation and in every corner of the state. What's your message to them?
I would just say, especially for folks in small towns, you know someone who has died from this, or you know someone that has had a terrible incident from it. We need to get rid of it, not just for yourself, but for the community. We're never going to be able to open up and sort of move forward with this unless we get enough people with the vaccine. So I hope people will take it.
Are you stuck inside but still looking for bargains on new and secondhand goods? Try HighBid.com, the online auction site for just about anything. HighBid.com offers a safe and easy way to find hundreds of thousands of items for sale every day. From rare coins to fine jewelry, tools to vintage toys, and classic cars to real estate. HighBid.com has it all. HighBid.com makes it easy to find what you're looking for, and the site is simple to use. HighBid.com. That's HiBid.com. And start discovering great deals today.
Hello?
Honey, where are you?
Well, I'm checking out the chicks here at Rule King, Sweet Pea.
Excuse me? You want to run that by me again?
Well, I got so many cute chicks here to choose from.
Sir, do you want that now or when you're done shopping?
Oh, where's my coat?
Friends, Rule King has everything you need to raise chickens at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Oh, honey bun, I'm sorry. I just got so excited about the Rule King Chick Days.
Well, don't forget the chicken feed.
Apple bottom jean boots with the fur. The whole club is looking at her.
My point to ponder for today is a very important question. Misty, what is the world's most soothing sound?
Oh, I want to say probably rain on a tin roof or ocean waves.
You took it right off. I mean, the words out of my mouth for the first answer. That's the only. That to me is the correct answer.
Yeah, love that. I like a crackling fire.
My old Kentucky home on a Kentucky basketball senior day. You can put that in there. But I think rain on a tin roof. I have that at home. It is the best. And that's why I'm looking forward to this rain tonight. I'm like, yes.
Do you have a tin roof?
I do. It is, well, at least if it's not tin, it's got that. I get that sound. Because that's what I hated about going to school at Western. Living in the dorms.
You couldn't hear it.
No, because I was never on the top floor.
I tell you, we get to a beach vacation. The first thing I do is I go and I open the patio doors that's closest to the ocean and just sit there
and listen to the waves crash.
To the waves. Love that.
Let's get your what you're going to be watching on TV tonight, Misty. Grey's Anatomy.
I'm not. But
on ABC. Are you a Grey's Anatomy fan?
No. Not any longer.
No.
I haven't seen it in
I've
a
never
decade.
seen an episode of that show in my life. And then A Million Little Things will be on ABC. As COVID-19 becomes more widespread across the U.S., Boston goes into lockdown, putting Rome's movie in jeopardy and forcing Maggie to return home from Oxford. Eddie's back surgery is canceled. I guess this is a TV show?
I'm so sorry, Eddie. I don't know any of those
I don't know
people,
anything.
but I'm so sorry for Eddie.
So poor Eddie.
Yeah.
Rome's movie, though, is in jeopardy. And Maggie's got to come home from Oxford.
Poor Maggie.
So maybe you can watch this tonight and report back about Eddie.
I'm probably not going to do that, so don't hold your breath.
Okay. Dennis Cook. There's a good job for good old Dennis Cook.
Yeah, Dennis, that's your homework.
There's your homework.
Since
Find
you're
out
gonna
about
join us
Eddie.
tomorrow.
Find out about Eddie.
Who's Eddie, Dennis?
Who's Eddie? Why do we care about his back surgery?
What's Maggie studying at Oxford? I need to know.
Today's highlight. Listen.
On Shop Local Litchfield, I could not get my words out. It's Thursday, and now it affects the people, not just the technology.
Shh. We've had a smooth show when it comes to technology so far. We can't jinx it right now.
I would blame the COVID vaccine, but I haven't had mine yet, so
no. But the one thing with my COVID vaccine, knock on wood, my arm. I've not had the flu shot. I know we both got the flu shot. When was it? Like right before Christmas?
Listen, I'm telling you, I am talking myself out of taking the shot now.
But
I am good about it.
We got the flu shot. When was it? Like right before Christmas?
Oh yeah, you and I went and got it at the Alliance.
Christmas,
yeah,
Thanksgiving, something like that.
Before Thanksgiving.
And I think we both had really no symptoms except for a sore arm.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a sore arm?
We couldn't high five the next day. Other than that, we were fine.
My arm's really, I can do like that. I mean, it hurt just like it. I mean, you can tell that there's something a little sore with it, but it hurt more the same day than it did that one. But again,
I'm
I would
to
say
have
to
a panic
you that
attack about
it's,
it. I don't want to be sick this
my
weekend.
symptoms were if it means that I'm safer down the road, then it was worth
But how long are we safer down the road?
I don't know
is
when
this
it
like
comes
a
to
flu
that.
shot? It's yearly? Like I need more information. I am.
Today's highlight in history: 10 years ago, it's happening. 10 days, 10 years, was that the tragic earthquake and tsunami in Japan.
Oh, that was horrible.
10 years ago today.
That's horrible.
Other dates in 1930, President William Howard Taft became the first president to be buried at Arlington National Cemetery. On this date in 1942, General Douglas MacArthur left the Philippines bound for Australia and vowed, "I shall return." One of the more famous quotes there. On this date in 1968, Otis Redding posthumously received a gold record for the single "Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay."
Love him.
Yes, such a great voice. On this date in 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev became head of the Soviet Union following the death of Chernenko. At 54, he became the youngest member of the ruling party. In 1986, Popsicle announced its plan to end the traditional twin-stick frozen treat for a flatter one-stick model. 35 years ago today.
Wow.
That's big news.
It is. It's a big deal in
news.
this building.
There's
some
you're right.
popsicle monsters in this building.
Except for the Lello ones. The Lello ones no one likes, right? There's one person in the building that's allowed the Lello ones.
She likes the Lello ones.
The
yes.
Lello ones.
Yeah.
But there's one person in the building that has a strong opinion on the yellow ones, and that person does not like the yellow ones at all. And I don't think is too fond of the green ones. I think is from what I've understood.
You have too much data about the popsicle.
Well, the thing is that the person who eats the popsicles walks by my office.
Like you're seeing it
so
much that you've collected the data.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Princess Tiana is the one that's really collected the data because this person has let them know that usually she knows that when it's only yellow and green that she's got to go get more.
I feel like there's a whole nother life being lived here in the building I know nothing about.
It's the unwritten rules of Heritage Media of
How
Kentucky.
have I been here 15 years and I know nothing about these green and yellow popsicles?
Yes.
Rules.
It's
Okay.
You're
all
learning.
right.
You're learning.
It's not in the handbook. Maybe it should be.
28 years ago today, Janet Reno was unanimously confirmed to be the first female attorney general.
Yeah, that's cool.
On this date in 2016, Ben Carson endorsed Donald Trump.
I love Dr. Carson.
That was 5 years ago today. And on this date, 1 year ago today, two things. Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison. And on this date, 1 year ago today, the World Health Organization declared, I'm not sure, have you heard about this COVID-19? They declared it a pandemic. Not sure if you've heard about this yet or not. Maybe you're listening. Maybe you haven't heard about it. Maybe it's the first time you ever heard those words.
Listen, I am. This whole COVID shot's got me all angst up now.
Gone but not forgotten for today, Antonin Scalia was born in this state in 1936. Birthdays, Rupert Murdoch turns 90.
Mm-hmm. Judge Scalia, it was my favorite judge of all time. Favorite.
Baseball player for the Cincinnati Reds, Cesar Geronimo. He was a member of the Big Red Machine, turned 63. Maybe, some more. Johnny Knoxville turns 50 today. He's from, do you know who Johnny Knoxville is?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, yeah.
I
He turns 50 today, but he looks like he's 70.
He is the producer of The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, which predates your time in the building, but it was a long-running skit with us because we all watched it. We didn't mean to watch it, but once you get in it, you can't get out of it, and then you rewatch it because you can't believe this is actually somebody's life or some family's life.
He's a daredevil, comedian, actor. Baseball player Bobby Abreu, former baseball player, turns 47 today. And football player Greg Olson turns 36 today. I only pulled up one chart topper for today, and it's just more because, Misty, usually you're the one that's very critical of the chart toppers.
Only yours and Mark's.
So all of them. And I'm going to join you today.
Not all of them.
And on this date in 1946, this song was number one. And it's going to be our only chart topper today just because I listened to this and I got fed up and I was just like, I can't. Why? Why are we doing this today?
Okay.
Do you know who Vaughn Monroe is?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, we're going to listen to it. Because on this date in 1946, he was number one with this song. Well, as you can tell, it's playing. I guess it's just not.
I mean, the jukebox is mad.
Outside is frightful, but the fire is
It's
so
a Christmas song.
Yeah. On this date, 1946 was number one. Vaughn Monroe with Let It Snow.
Dennis Cook, is this your fault?
So that's why, I'm blaming Dennis Cook because he made the comment saying that we needed more snow and we got to bring out Vaughn Monroe here. And when I listened to this, I was like, you know what, chart toppers, I'm done with you today. So sorry to 1964. I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. We're not listening to you today. I'm even throwing my papers. I'm so fed up. The Jay Giles Band Centerfold in 1982. Nope, not doing it. Mariah Carey Someday in 1991. Nope, can't do it. 2000, 21 years ago today. Bye, 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 NSYNC. Sorry, no boy band for you today. And on this date, 12 years ago today, Gives You Hell by the All-American Rejects. Sorry, we can't do that for you either.
Well, none of those excited me, so I'm good.
Well, okay,
Roll
good.
on through.
So it's not like I had any hair bands in there that you might have come across the table or something along the lines of that. As a reminder, for those of you listening, on K105, we're going to jump right into University of Kentucky basketball coverage as the Cats tip off here in less than an hour against Mississippi State. You'll be able to listen to that game on K105. 11 a.m. is the start for that game. Yay, Christmas. Dennis.
You have to bring treats tomorrow, Dennis, for making those comments.
And you got to find out what happened to, what was his name? I forget what his name was. Eddie?
Eddie.
Dennis, you need to find out what happened to Eddie. But again, if you're listening on K105, we're going to go right into coverage of the Kentucky game. If you're listening on the Moose, we'll go into KSR coverage. And at 11 a.m., though, you can get K105 on one screen, and then you can go to K105 Digital Productions and watch Kevin Henderson's big announcement on K105's Facebook or YouTube page, and then also the companies that are helping him make this announcement. It'll be on their Facebook page, but they don't want to be known until it goes live.
It's top secret, but it's world changing for Grayson County.
It is. And
it really is.
That is
it
not,
really is.
That
We're
is not us
pretending.
being trying to get you to watch.
Funny. No, it is a big deal for Grayson County. The only thing that could trump that is if they brought in free bacon for everybody for the next year.
And it's pretty close.
It is almost as good as that.
It is pretty close. So to wrap us up for the show for today, my pearl of wisdom. Worry is interest paid in advance for a debt you may never own.
Oh, it's well said.
Worry is interest paid in advance for a debt you may never own. That wraps up our show for today. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of the show. We'll find out what happened to Eddie. Dennis Cook will let us know coming up tomorrow on In the Know. So for Misty Thomas and for Sheriff Norman Chaffins, I'm Uncle Sam Gormley, and now you're in the know.
You could play through because you had the big dudes who were going to just find a way. They're going to block shot, go down dunking somebody's face.